So how have you been?
Fine, Al.
Still
Fine.
doing any playing?
No, I haven't played. I think the last time I played was with you, with the Markic-Zagger band.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was a Thanksgiving shindig we had. And that was the last time. I laid it down, haven't touched it since.
Haven't touched it since, huh? Do you miss it?
Certain times I do.
Yeah.
Certain times I do.
Yeah.
Once it gets in your blood, Al, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a good case right there. Once it's in your blood, it stays there.
It stays there, you're right.
Right.
Can't get rid of it.
No.
You're right.
No.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, though, Al. I've always said I've had a good opportunity. I saw half the world. You were going to show me the other half, but I guess I quit too soon.
Well, we did a lot of traveling, I'll tell you.
We certainly did.
Yeah. Been all over.
It was enjoyable, though. We had some good fans. They followed us, and they enjoyed that. I think probably the best thing is your fans. If you have good fans behind you, it makes you want to play and brings the best out of you.
I agree with you. You're right. You got to have good fans. Of course, you got to have good music too for them. So,
well, that's why the fans stay with you. If you got the good music, they'll keep coming.
That's right. You're right. Well, okay, I'll tell you what, Larry. You've got the stuff there, and we're going to play that cassette first, and you can introduce the tune, and if you would like it to send it out to somebody, why, you can.
Yes, I'd like to send this one out to all my good friends all over the listening area. It's the Penn Ohio Unite. That's the first album we cut, and the tune is Kovarik-Polka.
And I guess that was our first recording, wasn't it?
It certainly was,
Do you remember when it was?
I think it probably was in about 1970.
2 or 3?
2 or 3, I believe.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm not very good in remembering dates, so I can't tell you. But that was our first record and our first tune that we did.
It was quite a moment for me because that's the first time I ever recorded.
Is that right?
First time, Al.
Yeah.
And it was tough.
I think Jake recorded before that, didn't he?
Yes, he had one out, the Polka Express.
Yeah.
I believe he had.
Yeah, right.
Polka Express, which was a very good record.
You're right.
And I saw the record one day, and I said, I'd like to play with those fellas. I never dreamt that I would be with them. And then along came this gentleman from Cleveland, what's his name, Markic, I guess. And then we really got together and got started.
Well, I'll tell you, for the first 3 or 4 years we played, well, not just locally, but all around. But it really started to move after we put the recording out.
Yes, they seemed to pick it up after we recorded, and I think we went to Hawaii that first or second year, didn't we?
72.
72?
72.
Yes.
Yeah, that was our first Hawaiian trip. 72 and 73, 74, I think we went to Europe.
Yes.
Yeah. Did a lot of traveling. You're right.
I tried to figure out one day how many hours we had in the air, and it was over 1,000.
Oh, I'm sure.
Way over 1,000.
Yeah.
My arms got tired after a while.
You got tired of counting, huh?
Tired of flying.
Yeah. You're right. You got to get close to that mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that I can pick you up. Otherwise, I can't. That's it.
You can hear me now.
Now I got you. That's good. Yeah, stay right there. Don't move.
I won't.
Put a chalk mark on the seat.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So when did you really start playing sax?
Oh, well, I started when I was 10 years old. I had my uncle. He was a great sax man. He played alto and clarinet, and he had a silver clarinet. And I used to listening to him play, and one day I says, Uncle Rudy, I says, you know, I'd like to learn how to play the clarinet. He says, there, take it. He says, you want it? You can have it. And that's how I started.
That's how you started, huh?
And I taught myself, mostly by myself. I self-learned and used to be a paper. I lived down in the old coal mining towns down in southern Ohio. And paper boy used to come around, and he played clarinet, and he used to teach me 5 minutes every day. And that's how I picked it up.
Oh, he played clarinet?
He did, and then we ended up both in the high school band together.
Is that right?
And he was a good clarinet player, and he taught me the fundamentals and gave me some music and some lessons, and that's where I began.
That's it, huh? You were always an Ohioan?
Always, yes. I was born and raised in Ohio.
In Ohio?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can do another tune here. I'll let you send this one out. Yeah, it's on the yellow cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Al. This one I really think about many a times, because this one is dedicated to a great musician, a gentleman that had an accident, auto accident, and passed away. Lou Rosenberg.
Oh yeah.
And we dedicated a song to Lou, Big Lou's Polka.
And we're back here with Larry and Al and the Polka Showcase, and you had a phone call.
Yes, I received a phone call from one of our great fans, Al, John Penka.
One of the best.
He's the old railroad man, John.
Yeah, he loved the dance.
He enjoyed our music.
Yes, he did.
He said it was one of their 10 or 15 best years of his dancing.
Well, I'm glad he enjoyed it. Yeah, as much as we enjoyed bringing it to him.
We certainly did.
You're right. You're right. So,
we're going to send a song out to John and his wife Mary.
Sounds like a good idea.
And this song, John, is L's 500, but I think it went up now to about 718th recording. So L's been around the turntable quite a few times around the world. So to you and your wife Mary, John, L's 500.
You're on.
Our next number we'd like to send out to all of our good friends. This song, every time I hear this song, it reminds me of Jake, because it's titled Back Home in Pennsylvania, and I think that's where Jake ended, didn't he, Al? Back Home in Pennsylvania?
That's where he's at.
This is one of the most requested songs, I think, that we have off of this album.
Back
Home in Pennsylvania.
I'll tell you, this is one that Mario likes, too, that does the international hour. Matter of fact, I think he played it.
He did.
Yeah, he loves it.
He mentioned it to us before he left.
He thinks it's a great tune. I'm glad somebody does.
Well, it is, Al.
Yeah, it is, see?
Right. Back Home in Pennsylvania.
I'll take her for a walk before the sun rises to watch the deer
Okay, that was back home in Pennsylvania with the Markic-Zagger Band, and my friend here is doing a little singing. This one will take us up to the hour and the news.
Playing America's popular favorites from the heart of Maple Country. This is 1560 WATJ in Chardon.
I remember here about a year ago, I was in a restaurant down in Warren, and a gentleman came up to me and looked at me and he says, "Larry." I looked at him and I says, "Johnny Lotto."
Is that right?
Remember the bass player we had? He was on this record.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen him for years and years, and he looks the same. Johnny looks the same. He's a good boy.
He's playing with some group down there, isn't he?
Is he playing with Mattisey?
Yeah, I think so.
Bob Mattisey.
Yeah,
I believe
Bob
he's playing
Mattisey,
with Bob
yeah.
Mattisey. And they
Yeah.
do a nice job.
Yeah.
Real nice job.
But when we got started there, I just got you guys together. I think we were together a week, and of course I belonged with the Polecats organization.
Right.
And I got a hold of Herman, and I told him, I says, "Herman, I got a new group." I says, "How about a TV shot? Let's go in the office." Went in the office, opened up his books. September 24th or 25th, I guess what it was. I says, "I'll take it." He says, "Fine, I'll see you here." And that's when I told Jake, I says, "You better get about 15 tunes together in a hurry. You're going on TV in a week."
And you know what, when we got the tunes together, don't you write it down at the studio?
Yeah, right. That's as bad as when we went to record. Never had any rehearsals. I would just go down there and do it.
Well, they say that's the best way to do it sometimes.
Yeah, it probably
Spur
is.
of the moment.
Yeah, it
Right.
probably is.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Al, come to think of it, we had another drummer. You had another drummer there from Pennsylvania that played with Jake previously. Remember his name?
I know who you mean. The guy that played with Jake, but I don't think he played with us.
Yeah, he was with us for a few jobs, I'm
You
sure.
think? Yeah,
Can't think of his name now.
I can't either. But I didn't think it was.
I was thinking he might have been on that first TV show because Johnny Lotto was with us. Jake brought John Lotto, and I thought he brought the drummer with him at that.
No, I don't think so. No, I think it was Joe.
Okay, you're the
Yeah,
boss.
yeah, it
You're
had
the
to
boss.
be Joe. I don't recall. I remember. I know who you mean because when I was going down there and playing with Jake, he had this drummer.
He was playing.
Yeah, he was playing drums, but he didn't. He never played with us. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stand to be.
And I can't think. Well, you don't have to worry about it. But
No.
I can't think of what his name is, but I remember that he was playing drums. Yeah.
He played with Jake. I remember when I played with Jake there for a while. He played with
Right,
Jake along with
right,
Tony Trontel
right,
and
Yeah.
Johnny Lotto.
Right.
And then you came along. That's right.
Parsons. Partials.
Partial.
Yeah.
Partial.
All right. Let's take the next one here.
Okay. Here's one by Loisa, written by Loisa Slock and played by the Markic-Zagger Band. Yes, okay, boy, polka.
Okay, Larry, we're back here. You had another phone call here.
Yeah, from my good old buddy Mark Habit,
Yeah,
headed up to Canada.
he's on his way.
He's on Route 90, I think, Interstate 90, just outside of Painesville somewhere.
Oh, is he up there already?
He's going. It was good to talk to him. I haven't seen Mark for quite a number of years now. Sounded the same.
I haven't seen him for quite a while either.
He sounds the same. I don't know how he looks.
Looks the same. He looks the same.
Well, Mark's a good boy. Good drummer.
Yeah.
Mark's a very good drummer. Really
Right.
good drummer.
Yeah, he's going up there to record with Walter again. So,
Make a few more albums.
make a few more albums.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Al.
Yeah.
We have a tune here. I'd like to just discuss this with you because I believe if I'm not mistaken, Joe Trolley wrote this, didn't he?
What's the name of it?
Parisian Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we were at this nightclub on a Saturday afternoon, or whatever day it was, practicing this number, and you said, we're going to record it. Jake said, we're going to record it the next day. And I says, what? I don't know the front from the back.
You know where we were? You
Where?
were at Simpson's Tavern.
Okay.
On 260th. And Jake brought in his little portable recorder player.
Right.
And if I recall correctly, we went through to listen to 7 different tunes that he had just for his own pleasure. I mean, just the accordion, so he knew what he had. And then we had to get out of there. And there was 5 tunes left on there that we hadn't even heard. And even Rudy says, my God, he says, we didn't even hear what's going on. I said, Rudy, don't worry about it. We'll worry about it when we get down into the studio. So that's the place that it was. Simpson's Tavern, right.
Al, you have a better memory than I do.
Well, it's not much better, I'll tell you.
Well, it certainly is, because I remember the song, and I think we only practiced, but I don't remember where it was. I knew it was a nightclub somewhere.
There's a few things here and there that I can remember, but 90% of it I forgot.
Well, if I get a couple of batteries for my computer, I'm going to get my mind back in order. But anyway, this is one of my favorite numbers, and I always did like it. It has a nice beat. Parisian Holiday.
You know, we got a problem there with this machine. It keeps wanting to shut off.
A little bit of technical difficulty there.
Yes,
Al with his GE expertise here, fixed it right up.
Sure. I can't understand why it keeps wanting to shut off.
Maybe they don't like the music.
Maybe so. Yeah, it's probably getting the machine excited. So whatever. Okay, we could have sent that one out to our good buddy Joe. He likes that tune too.
Joe Trolley.
Yeah. Well, that was written by Joe Trolley. No, I meant Mark Abbott.
Oh, Mark Abbott. Yeah. Well, I was going to send a few numbers out to the old band that I used to play with later on. Al.
That sounds like a good idea. That was written by Joe Trolley.
Which one do we have?
Which one do we have now? Which one would you like to do? You got them all there, you know.
Oh, here's one I think that Jake, we picked up out of Pennsylvania. I think Jake picked us up to Colonial Inn. Wasn't that a place we played at one time, Al, along Route 6 or something coming out of Kane? PA?
Yeah, it's Route 6 coming out into Kane.
I think there was a Colonial Inn.
Well, Colonial Inn was where Annie was,
right,
where we used to stop and get something to eat and a couple of drinks.
Right.
And then we played further up the line. What was it? The Stardust, I think, or something like that. Or Fireside.
Fireside.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
But this Colonial Inn waltz, is that the one we have on ready to go?
Well, I don't know if that's Colonial Inn or not. This is
that's it.
Wisconsin Polka, and this is Guy Willie. No, we don't have it. It's going to be on. Is it on there?
It's on there. Well, we'll get it later.
Well, if it's on there, that's where we can play that. That's no problem.
Colonial Inn.
Yeah. Do you want to send that out to?
Yes, I'd like to send this out to the old boys in the band, Jake Zager and Mark Abbott, Rudy Krasichnich.
Yeah.
And also my boss, Al Markic.
Oh, sure.
Here it is, Colonial Inn waltz.
We hope it plays. And we had a little trouble here with the cassette player. I guess we'll just take it out and we'll play right off the records instead of the cassette player. Since we had 3 or 4 records that we had made with the Markic-Zagger, why, we got two turntables. I have no CDs. We have the players, but so we use the cassette player, but it keeps on spitting at us over here. So what the heck with it? We'll put it back in the box and we'll play off the records. So, what else is new with you? Mr. Larry Kovarik?
Well, Al, you know, it's good to be back here with you.
Well, I'll tell you, I enjoyed immensely.
I always look back, and I look back at the 17 years that I played with you and your orchestra. I think prior to our orchestra, you had the Elmars, I believe, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the Elmars.
That was a great band.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a great band.
I had that for 5 years.
5 years?
5 years, yeah.
And you had the accordion player. What was his name?
Dick Soja.
The one that had the music store.
Dick Soja.
Yeah, Dick Soja, yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Timko never played with you, did he?
No, not really.
It was just Dick Soja on the accordion at the time, wasn't it?
And Dick Fleischman on the horn.
Fleischman, yeah.
And Jack Panikvar on the drums. And the bass player, what the hell was his name? He's got a machine shop over here on the Marginal.
I can't
think of his name right now, and I should. He'll probably call me up tomorrow and kill me.
I understand Dick Fleischman did play with you, with Jake here, a few jobs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Along the way here somewhere?
Yeah, Jake calls him once in a while. And
he's still playing, right?
Fills in, yeah. And I took him, of course, to New York when we played with Walter in New York City. I had him along on a trip a couple of times with him. A couple of guys.
I think he sang a few numbers on some of your records with Cecilia, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Sounded real good.
Got a good voice.
Right.
Good singer.
Right. Those are the good old days.
You're right.
We reminisce the good old days.
You're right.
Well, we're going to play a number now. I think when we were younger, in our younger days, I'm talking about all of us, kind of watched football and stuff. And
I'm glad you included me.
Well, I usually do, Al.
Yeah.
But anyway, this song reminds me of the good old college football games in the Saturday afternoon, the Wisconsin Polka.
And the Polka Showcase, Larry Kovarik. You can talk now, Larry.
Oh, okay. No, I was looking where you got the weather. You evidently have a thermometer outside the window, right?
Yeah, we have, but we get our weather through the telephone from Altel out here.
I saw you looking over there, and I just wondered that you said it was 75. Beautiful weather though for this time of the year.
We get our weather right off of the bat in the morning before we open up. That's one of the first things we do, get the weather for the day, and then we call our local office here, and they give us the temperatures.
So you're the guy that brought us the hot weather then, huh?
Well, I don't know if I brought it to you or not, but...
That's what you said last week.
We could give it to you. Yeah, we could give it to you.
Well, good old summertime anyway.
Yeah.
Good old
summertime. So, you've got what, one boy in your family?
I have a son.
Son?
I have a son, and I have a daughter.
You got a daughter, too?
I have...
I don't think I've ever met him, have I?
You may have along the way somewhere, Al, over the years. I have 3 grandsons, too, and
oh, okay.
In fact, I had them up to SeaWorld yesterday. We enjoyed ourselves.
Oh, yeah?
You been up there any time?
Well, I was up there last year.
Last year?
Last year, yeah.
I never saw so many people in my life. I thought we had crowds at our doings when we played, but they beat us by a little bit.
They beat us. Yeah. Well, you know, our good friend Bobby McGuire plays there, I think, on Mondays and Tuesdays, where they have the show with the porpoises and that.
Oh, yeah.
The whales. Yeah, he puts on a little performance before they start the performance of the whales. And,
is that right?
Yeah.
Monday and
Tuesdays, I believe he said, yeah.
I didn't see him up there yesterday.
And if you like jazz, they have a little jazz outfit. I think there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 of them over here on Lakeshore Boulevard. Cortinas. Yeah, well, look what walked in. My God. Hello, Giannis. John Penka. Hey,
See you, John.
say hello to Mike, John. See,
Say hello, John.
say hello, John. Yeah,
Hi,
you're
Larry. Glad to see you again. Al, doing a good job.
Good to see you.
Look what he brought us here, Al.
Yeah.
Baked this morning by me.
Well, no wonder we can't lose weight.
Oh man, that looks delicious.
No wonder we can't lose weight. So how's John?
Good. So here's where you're operating from.
This is the place you decided to come up and see us, huh?
Yeah,
It's about time.
Larry's here. See Al.
It's about time you came.
John is a good friend of ours. Goes way back. When did you first started listening to Markic-Zagger? When we first came out, John?
72.
1972. That's got to be 24 years ago, Al.
Something like that,
24,
yeah.
24.
Shows you you're getting young.
Whew.
Yeah.
Years of excellent dancing music.
Yeah, see?
You know, my mother-in-law used to say, she never says time goes fast. She always said time goes easy. Time goes easy.
Sure it does.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so you want to do another tune here?
What do we have here, Al?
Well, you got them checked off there.
Okay. Let's do one here. I think this one here was dedicated to Jake's wife, Jackie's Waltz.
Is that what we got there?
That's side one.
Yeah.
Jackie's Waltz.
All right, well, then let's do it. And we're back here with the Polka Showcase with your host, Al Markic, and guest, Larry Kovarik.
You can stop dancing now, John. That was a commercial.
No intermission.
I enjoyed watching John and his wife dance. Very good.
Yeah.
Especially the waltzes.
Yeah.
Very good dancers.
Yep. They used to go out and dance it up. Really enjoyed it. So, what are you going to tell me?
What do you want to hear, Al?
Well,
Get that fly on that turntable. over there.
well, let him go for a ride. It's like a carousel for the fly.
Save away Al Markic.
Get him busy.
Get them dizzy, right? Then maybe they'll get out of here.
Okay, Al.
Well, the reason they're in here, we got the doors open. When it's cool outside, we leave the doors open and kind of keep the place. This room gets very, very warm. And when it gets to 80 outside, we turn on the air condition, close the doors. But the flies have to go someplace, so they come in here to see us. They figure maybe they come in for a job or something.
You need some help, don't you?
I could use it. Yeah.
Well, let's play another number here.
You want to play another number, huh?
Markic-Zagger off the album It's About Time.
Yeah.
I forget what year we did this, Al. You remember?
I don't know. Look on the back. Maybe it tells you the time, the year.
Don't say back here.
But I couldn't tell you. That was the second one we did, wasn't it?
Second?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the second one we did.
Yeah.
I think the front of the album, we did the pictures over at the...
AMLA.
AMLA, that's right. We did this the front of the...
John Kaushik did the
right.
covers.
It says JLPS 1002. That's not the year.
No. 1002 is the number of the record. Yeah.
Okay, what about Guy Willie's Polka, Al?
Is that what you like, Guy Willie?
Guy Willie's Polka. That's it.
Well, then we'll play it.
Try it out. Guy Willie's.
Yeah, that was Jake's friend, wasn't it?
Right.
Guy Willie. Incidentally, we forgot to mention before when we were talking about the guys in the band, the bass player was Louis Pike.
Louis Pike.
Marty Sintek called, didn't he?
Right. Marty called. Yes,
yeah,
he
Marty,
did.
thanks for the information. Sometime I get, well, my brain stops. And I can't remember. I'm looking at all these buttons, dials, and switches and things, and sometime I go dead.
There's more buttons in here than the national election coming up, Al.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? Yeah.
Marty, I remember seeing you down at the old tavern in Parkman, Ohio.
What's he doing down there?
Well, I think his sister-in-law, I believe, owned the tavern down in Parkman, if I'm not mistaken. Squeaker.
Squeaker.
I think that's her name. Let's see, Squeaker? Yes, Marty. It was Squeaker. That was.
Yeah.
I think Marty's wife and Squeaker were sisters.
Uh-huh.
I remember running, and then Marty down there.
She had a tavern down there?
Yeah, she had a tavern.
Jeez, I didn't know that. I probably would have stopped.
You probably did.
Maybe I did.
Al, there's a tavern just about, maybe 100 feet down the road. A Slovenian gentleman owned it that lives in Cleveland, or lived in Cleveland. I can't think of the tavern's name now. But when we get off the air here, I'm sure we'll reminisce.
You're like me, can't think of it. Well, yeah, I didn't know they had a place down there.
Yeah, it's just as you get into Parkman.
Yeah.
It's on the left-hand side, past the light in Parkman, Ohio. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just looking to see if this other tape is running here. Yeah.
So, John, you spent how many years with the railroad?
41.
41 years with the old railroad, though. From here to Ashtabula?
Erie, PA.
Erie, PA. Oh, I remember John telling us the stories about the old railroads. They're still running over there, aren't they, John?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I muffed it. You asked me if I wanted to go, and I had my video camera, and I wanted to go for a ride, and by golly, what happened, whatever. Yeah, so...
WATJ? Larry. Oh, Marty, yeah. Minnesota Rose. That was Minnesota Rose Polka. Markic-Zagger. One of our favorite numbers when we went to Minnesota. They wanted us to play the Wisconsin Polka when we went to Wisconsin. They wanted us to play Minnesota Rose. How do you like that, Al?
I love it.
We finally straightened them out. We went to Chicago.
Well, it takes a little while to straighten people out, so... whatever. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll take a short break here. We gotta sell some spots here.
Okay.
We want to tell the people about Jogga Lake. And you're listening to Polka Showcase with Al Markic and Larry Kovarik, our old-time sax player.
Old times, right?
Yeah.
Old times, right.
Yeah. Stoddy, huh? You getting old?
No, I don't feel old.
No. You got a birthday coming up, haven't you? Or you just did?
No. Mine is in December.
Oh, yours in December? I talked to see. That's how bad.
You had one here not long ago.
Well, I had one a couple, 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Belated happy birthday.
Well, thanks.
39, right?
At one side. Yes.
No, you're only as old as you feel, Al.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to start feeling.
Mark, slow down a little bit, Mark. You're going too fast.
Yeah. Slow down to 80.
Mark's on interstate. John, he's headed to Canada, so slow down, Mark.
Well, I tell you what, he's probably in Pennsylvania someplace, and he can still hear us. So,
at least.
Yeah, still hear us. Well, now Penka's here, and he wanted a certain tune over here. Now, you want to fix him up?
Yeah, John requested. We sent one out, but John's right here in the studio, so we're going to send a number out that John requested by Donnie Krantz. Krantz's Waltz. John.
And that was for you, John Penka.
Al would like to send us out to his wife, Mary. She sent us some strudel here.
Yeah, wonderful.
We're going to dive into it here in
a little
while.
I'm eyeing it in a little while.
You're worse than that fly. I see flying around over here. Look up this strudel.
Yeah, I'm keep the fly off of there. I don't want him to eat my share.
John didn't charge us for that.
Yeah, that's good. You want the pipe plate back? Okay, well, tell us what, Larry. You know what we got going here? We got about a minute and a half, and we're going to come up with the news. So
Bruce Berger, I think, either wrote this song or had something to do with it. Sherlocke's Waltz.
Well, I don't think we should play it now because we won't be able to complete it.
Okay, well.
Yeah, so keep gabbing.
What are you only talking about?
I don't care what you talk
about the trips to Alaska. Wasn't that wonderful?
Well, that was great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. In fact, I just brought Elle a tape here that Marge Ford made us when we were on her radio program
up there. Yeah.
I couldn't locate it, but I finally got it, and I believe at that time we were at St. Patrick's Church.
Right.
Is that the first or second time, Al?
That was the first time.
Was that the first time?
Yeah, because the second time, then we were in that big
armory.
Right.
Armory
You got it.
Time.
Yeah.
Right. I remember.
You know, I was just looking at our the videotapes.
Were you?
Yeah. Remember when we were by the bird cage? You took a walk on the back someplace.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make that into a full-length show because I want to be able to sell it commercially. I was doing some work on my computer just the other night, so that's what I got in mind. But anyhow, when I finish it, well, I'll give you a copy of it. You'll like it. It's great. So
I'll be waiting for it.
Right now, we get ready, and we're going to the half hour for the news, so everybody stand by, and Polka Showcase will be back.
Serving you with news and weather every 30 minutes. This is 1560 WATJ in Chardon.
From the Washington News Desk.
I don't know what it was, thin air, I guess.
Yeah, we went to Denver, we went to Alaska, I remember. We went down to Caribbean, down there several times on cruises. Caribbean, I think it was Carib?
The Carib.
The Carib, we went there twice.
Yeah.
And they had slot machines the second time we went, I think they had slots. They didn't have any on that first cruise.
Right.
But
couldn't afford them, but after we got their way.
we had a great time down there because we were relaxed.
Yeah, it was a wonderful trip.
And you didn't have to hurry up. In fact, you didn't have no place to go because if you stepped off the boat, there was no water, you know. So you had to hang around.
Stay put, huh?
And then we went to Canada many times. With Walter and played with Walter several times. So actually, we did a lot of things in 17 years.
I think so. I think we did it mostly in the first 14 years.
Probably yes, because after Jake left us, then we didn't go too much after that.
Not too many travels.
But we did put a few miles on.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try and set up a tour for next year. I'd like to get one to Europe and another boat cruise.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're not going to? You're going to Slovenia?
I'm hoping to. Yeah.
That's pretty close to where they're.
Oh, they don't bother me. Like somebody said before when we were playing, you go over. I said, well, when they hear the music, they'll run. They'll get out of the way.
Which way are they going to run? Toward you or away from you?
Yeah.
Well, we have another number here, Al.
Right.
One that by Donnie Krantz, Yukon Greenwich Hall.
Is that what we got? Which one of these must be on this one?
Yeah, that's on it.
Okay, well, we might as well play it.
Okay. Yukon Greenwich Hall. The Yukon Greenwich Hall.
Yeah.
Jake,
that was Donnie Krantz's tune.
He's a gentleman that fixes.
He fixed accordions. Yeah, he always fixed Jake's accordion.
I had to after Jake pulled that thing so wide.
He's a great mechanic for accordions.
He's still doing it now?
Yeah, he's still doing it. He was in Denver with us too. Him and his son. Yeah, him and his sons. Yeah.
I'd like to say hello to Don.
Must have been his nephew. Well, say hello to Don.
Hello, Don.
Yeah, he's probably down in the basement fixing an accordion right now and listening.
Take a break, Don.
Yeah.
What about Hawaii, Al? We were there several times, too.
Yes, we were there a number of times. That was a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, remember that time we played on the stage with Don Ho?
Yeah, right.
And, he enjoyed the polkas.
That was the first polka. We were the first polka band on his show.
Right.
In Hawaii, yeah.
I remember the song that he sang, Freddie Fender made famous.
Yeah.
Help me out here, gentlemen. I can't think of the song.
Well, I know which one you're... Tiny Bubbles.
Yeah.
No, not Tiny Bubbles. No, that was Freddie Fender's. But anyway, Don sang Tiny Bubbles. That was one. Well, that's his hit song.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
But he enjoyed the polka music. I remember. In fact, he got up a couple times and was whirling around the floor there.
Well, if you remember, he took us in the back room and had his girls pouring us champagne.
Oh, you want to mention that, Al?
Yeah. Why not? The heck.
Champagne was good.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And you know, one of the times I was there, I was on the Al Harrington show. If you remember, he was a detective on Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah.
He's got the same type of show that Don Ho's got.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that right?
Same thing.
Well, I think Don Ho's still in business out there.
Oh,
if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, both of them are still in business. Maybe we ought to go back out there.
Say hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Don.
Nothing else, we'd at least go to the shows.
Now that we're retired from music?
Yeah.
Right on.
All right, I'll tell you what, we got to give them some words here on this triathlon from Chagrin. And we're back here with the Polka Showcase. Your host, Al Markic, and two guests, John Penka and Larry Kovarik. Larry, my old sax player.
What do you keep saying old for all the time?
Well, you're old, aren't you? Or are you 70 years young?
Right on. Right on. No, I'm just kidding, Al.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Age doesn't bother me.
No.
It's what you can't do when you get old. It bothers me.
I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down.
Yeah, we haven't been together for quite a while, so we're having fun reminiscing.
Right. Right. I'm enjoying it.
I think. Let me ask you this question, Al. In your opinion, who probably played the longest with you as a musician? Can you?
You guys did. Jake, you.
I probably ended up one or second or third place. I meant to ask you this many a time.
No, because when I had the Almars, that only lasted 5 years.
Okay, so
yeah, and before that, I was just jobbing around.
Okay, as far as longevity, then the Markic-Zagger band.
Right, that was what 12 or 13 years before Jake quit.
Yeah. And I was with you just about all the time then, right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then after Jake left, I stayed with you a couple more years.
Yeah, right.
Then I retired, so
yeah.
I get the gold medal, or
well, I'll tell you what.
Silver medal, or
when I get a chance to get in the back room, I'll hunt around in the drawers. I might find a couple of buttons or something.
You got enough buttons here.
Yeah.
No, but I often think about that because you have musicians that's been around a long time, but a lot of them, like you say, play a couple of years with this band and a few years with that band, but. I think Jeff Pecan has a band that's been
Them guys have been together for a long time, 22 or 25 years, I forget what.
That is a long time.
Yes, it is. But the same guys, it sure is.
And I think Joe Fedorchak, his band's been together.
They've been together quite a while, too. Right.
And some of the younger bands that are coming up now have been around a long time. So I think it's like any other thing. You have to be together in order to click and
that's right
and accomplish something. And I remember Al telling me many a times, you got to work like a team. If you don't work like a team, if one guy goes that way and one guy goes that way, forget it.
It don't work. It don't work.
And I think that's what we did a lot of times. We tried to anyway.
Yeah, you have to be knit together.
Right. Yeah. And Al did it, and I appreciate it very much, Al, because I enjoyed the years.
Well, I'll tell you,
being with you.
We had a good group, and it showed where we traveled.
If I had to do it all over again, I'd do the same thing.
I'd start all over again tomorrow.
I'd play banjo and guitar this time, though.
See, I might play sax.
That's synchronized music.
Right.
Synchronized music, John says. Right.
That's right.
I'll let you announce the next one, Al, okay?
Well, I'll tell you what, if I knew what the heck it was, I would. But we'll do it off of here. What is this? Oh, Across the Sea.
Across the Sea.
This is one that I always enjoyed.
John likes this one too. I think he mentioned.
I think so.
Across the Sea. This was over in Well, it could be in Hawaii or Europe, across the sea, right?
Any place across, across the sea.
Okay,
All right.
Take off.
Well, listen. Larry?
Across the sea.
Yeah, that was right.
You know, Al, I'm going to play a number here. I'd like to send this number out to a gentleman I think is one of the finest gentlemen in this area, Cleveland area, and he's a musician. He probably doesn't remember me, but if I mention that I played sax with, and you mentioned I played sax with you, Al, he should remember me. And I'd like to send this next number out. It's a waltz, Moonbeam Waltz, to our good friend Louis Trebar.
Oh, yeah? Is it on this one? Must be, huh?
Yeah, it's on this one here.
All right. Well, Louis, if you're listening,
Right.
we got a tune for you, Louis. And he is the waltz king, so he should enjoy this.
That's why I want to send it out.
1560 WATJ, where we play America's great popular polka and waltz favorites. You're listening to the Polka Showcase with Al and his guest, John Penka, Larry Kovarik. And right now, we've got some important messages for you, and we'll be right back.
Entertaining Chardon, Aquila, and Concord. This.
Okay, we're back after all these commercial messages. What are you reading?
I'm reading the album
Okay,
cover.
all right. Now, you want to play this next tune?
Yes, we're going to send this out to all the musicians in the area, Al.
All right.
And it was on our album, It's About Time. Womp out.
Well, Larry, it's about that time, I guess, and I want to thank you very, very kindly for coming out. It's been a pleasure seeing you again. I haven't seen you for a number of years, so...
Al, I want to thank you. It's been an enjoyable 2 hours. We reminisced about some of our trips. We played some of our old songs, and it was really, really fun. I never did this before this long. I've been on a couple of minutes, but certainly thank you, one and all.
Well, thank you once again. And folks, we'll be back next Saturday with another Polka Showcase. Stay tuned. Polka Time America will be coming up right after the news.